नवघनरुचिरं संयुतं चाग्रदेहं भजेऽहम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ
friends, and let me tell the Honorable Governor sir, we have a mandate from the United Nations to carry out this campaign for climate change. Therefore, Rautra is sitting, the Rautra ବସିଛନ୍ତି ଅନୁଗୁଳରେ ଲକ୍ଷେ ଗଛ ଲଗାଇଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ୟୁନାଇଟେଡ୍ ନେସନ୍ସ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସମ୍ମାନ କରିଛି। ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଜିଲ୍ଲାରେ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସବୁ ସେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ ସବୁ ଚାଲୁ ରହିଛି। ଆଗାମୀ ଦିନରେ ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମକୁ ଆହୁରି बढ़ेवा जो काम आम नहीं मानव अधिकार आ गोटे कथा G20 जो कथा कहले आमर आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी वन फैमिली वन अर्थ वन फ्यूचर ए वन फैमिली वन अर्थ वन फ्यूचर संभव केवल यदि आम जगिबा हम क्लाइमेट को तेणु नूतन कथा वर्तमान से कहते भारत बाहर भाव रे आम जो अच्छी कमती मेंटेन करवा तोरे ताल जो समन्वय को लेकिन कोऑर्डिनेशन ताको लेकिन काम चली आगामी दिन आहरी ए कार्य सफल हम आम ऑनरेबल गवर्नर को ब्लेसिंग नवा गवर्नर सब ब्लेसिंग दे आसको जे केमती भाव में कार्यक्रम आहरी आगे चलो विभिन्न राज्य मानक हूँ डाक दिल्ली सामान्य पानी बहुत कष्ट हमको समय देले एवं फेब्रुआरी मास जो आम करने जाऊँ साउथ इंडियन कनक्लेव हैदराबाद रे अनुरोध करेंगे हैदराबाद में देवे समय देवे अधिक समय में नेबी अन्य वक्ता मैंने अच्छा वंदे उत्कल जननी जय भारत। एक्सलेंसी गवर्नर ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश श्री Biswabhusan Harichandan ji, other distinguished guests of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I must congratulate at the outset WH, RPO, and especially Dr. Bhubaneswar for organizing this important workshop on climate change and its implications on human rights. This is extremely relevant and important topic which is actually agitating the minds of everyone on the world. The impact of it with increasing globalization, development, industrialization, this is climate change and its impact world over has become the buzzword. Everyone is thinking about it. Of course, in Indian Constitution guarantees the right to equality, right to life and living, the right to freedom of expression, and many other such things, which actually takes care of the protection of human rights.
नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल, जय जगन्नाथ। कैसे आप सब? Honorable Governor sir, my friends on dais, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much for making me part of this workshop and giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts. When I was coming here today, I was just thinking the time is changing as well as world is changing and India also is changing and we are also changing and we are trying to change. There are two basic things. One is human rights, another is the climate change. And what a great link to have. We have human rights, our constitution gives us a rights. We have the climate, which is the requirement for living, and it is becoming more and more critical for us. And it's really good to know that this workshop is going to focus on both the things which are really critical part of our life now. I want to have my right along with my responsibility for building the nation. But at the same time, I have a right to have a better living, which is important for us. And I think each one of us need to contribute towards creating that living conditions on this mother earth and helping each other for having a better life. And that's what matters for each one of us. I think National President has said one family, one Mother Earth.
His Excellency, Governor of Andhra Pradesh, all the guests on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I personally feel very happy to be associated with this today's workshop. I like to convey my sincere thanks to the World Human Rights Protection Organization for arranging such workshop. Because the world is changing gradually, the weather is changing, and the direction in which it is changing, that is not very conducive for the human being. So we have to protect our human being. Each and everybody should realize it through different workshop by disseminating knowledge, and we should be responsible to protect our mother earth. This is very important, not only for us, otherwise our future generation one day will not be here. Another thing, from this stage I want to say, we have a different classes of people in India and the world, but we must work for the underprivileged people. They are also human beings. We should work, we should do our best to bring them at par. Once again, I like to convey my thanks to all of you, and hope each of us should work to protect our Mother Earth and the human being. Thank you.
Now time has come. आपण माने सब जानिछंती एथरे जो माने भलो काम करथिले and every भलो काम करिया पछरे गोटे थाए that you have to be also encouraged. So Warpo has thought of given few awards by the auspicious hand of our chief guest today, His Excellency Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh. I request Dr. Abhinnav Hota to kindly declare those awards, and Honorable Governor will present to the awardees.
From JDU days, he's active with human rights. I invite now Hassan Khan. I invite Dr. Dilip Ram from Cuttack. Dr. Dilip Ram. Dr. Dilip Nayak.
A big round of applause for everybody. Encourage for this.
Who will give the award next? Come on, Dr. Mr. Baral. Sir, to एक ही दे दूँगा announce कर सर. आपको कौन देगा?
ये आखिरी मोबाइल ही दे.
Dr. Jai.
ଡାକିବେ ନଥିଲା.
दुई मिनिट भितर मोर वक्तव्य शेष करी कारण गवर्नर को कहबार अच्छी एवं जीवार अच्छी. बंधुगण, आमर आलोचना चक्र प्राय शेष होती. मु 2 मिनिट भितर कहबी आमर ऑनरेबल गवर्नर जो आसी आमर से होती ओडिशार लोकप्रिय आंध्र प्रदेश गवर्नर आमर ओडिशार सम्मान को सर्वभारतीय स्तर में पहुँचाइबारे सी होती आमर योग्य पुरुष ओडिया पुओ. तेणु तांको आगे गोटे करताली आपण माने दियंतु. आमे आज तांको एठारे मुख्य अतिथि भाव पाइचु, से आमे माने अशेष अशेष धन्यवाद. आमे जगतर नाथ जगन्नाथ किसी कार्यक्रम करने को आम निष्पत्ति नहींचु से संपर्क में गोटे मिनिट कह मोर गोटे मिनिट सरीगला अंतर्जातीय जगन्नाथ सम्मिलनी आम करने को जाऊँ जो ह्यूमन राइट्स आम जे अभिनेता आमर अच्छा से तादिहरे मुख्य भूमिका नौकरी सेटा अंतर्जातीय जगन्नाथ सम्मिलनी हम कटकर बालीजात्रा पड़िया ठारे
Sri Saroj Singh, Vice President, National Kshatriya Mahasangh, Sri Pramod Mahanti, MD, Asian Group of Industries, Sri Ganesh, CEO, Dalmia Cements, Sri Somnath Datta, Vice President, Haldia Energy, Dr. Abhinna Hota, National President, World Human Rights Protection Organization, Sri Devadatta Panigrahi, General Secretary, WHRPO, ladies and gentlemen, print and electronic media, warm greetings to you all. We are now discussing about a serious problem which has not been posed only to this country but the entire world, the entire humanity. A great political philosopher, Rousseau, had said that man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. What a great truth he has said. You are born free, but the circumstances of the entire world, the entire society is that you are not having that independence. After the Charter of the UN, which has been signed in 1948, that human rights must be protected. Whether it is being protected or not, that is a question. Most of the human rights are also embodied in our Constitution. We have Article 14 of the Constitution, which say states shall not deny to any person equality before the law or equal protection of the law. In spite of this fact, in spite of this protection given by the Constitution, what is actually happening in the society? The persons whose human rights have been suppressed is going to the court of law. The first responsibility of the ruler, the government, to protect this human right. If it fails to protect the human rights, then it is actually not a government. And many people, especially the downtrodden people of the society, poor, neglected persons, who are not able to have a full meal in a day or sleep at night with empty stomach. can they get this equal rights, this protection of the constitution? Because they have no means to approach the court, spending a lot of money and to establish that right. So in these circumstances, the conscious people of the society must come forward to stand by him and protect by his human rights, or equality or equal protection of the law. Article 19 of the Constitution says right and life and liberty of a person cannot be taken away except without the procedure established by law. This provision is the heart and soul of the Constitution. But what is happening today? In this occasion, I like to tell you, not only today, from the Vedic days, very great persons, rishis, they have said about these human rights. This is the greatest rights of the human beings. And this right must be protected. That is dharma. Human rights is the major part of the dharma, and you have to protect it. It must be respected. In these circumstances, I like to take you to the Puranic days. Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, you know what happened in Kuru Raj Sabha? Draupadi was lost in a gambling by Yudhishthira, the then emperor. He became a dasa, and the empress Draupadi had been brought to the Raj Sabha under the orders of Duryodhana. And he asked Dushasan, strip up the clothes of Draupadi, saying that she is a dasi. Dasi has no human rights. Dasi is not the mother of anybody, sister, or daughter of anybody. And therefore, in Mahabharata, Lord Sri Krishna asked Arjuna, who was absolutely reluctant to fight with the Kauravas, saying that there is Pitama Bhishma, Guru Drona, this Duryodhana, Dushasan and others are brothers. How can they fight with them? Lord Sri Krishna told him, for upholding the dignity of a human right, you have to fight. Have you forgotten what happened to Draupadi? And he ultimately said, Jada jadahi dharmasya glanit bhavati bharata abhutanam adharmasya tadatana sudamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskrutam धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि जुगे जुगे। My incarnation is for this, to protect dharma, to protect human rights. And therefore, for dharma and for protection of human rights, these people who are despots, who are oppressors, who even doesn't care for the honor and the dignity of the mothers, the women, the common people, they must be killed. Sometimes was it also necessary for the protection of the human rights. Then Arjuna ultimately agreed that, my Lord Sri Krishna, whatever you have said, you have directed me, I will fight for dharma. And I will give you one instance. When human rights has been trampled in 1975, when there is promulgation of emergency in the country, to have dictatorial government, to murder the democracy, and to take away all the rights of the citizens. Some people advised the then Prime Minister that to have dictatorial rule, this judiciary will stand on the way. That power has been given to the judiciary. Therefore, judiciary must be controlled. And you know what has happened? 3 brilliant judges of the Supreme Court, like Justice Salat, Justice Grover, Justice Hegde, had been superseded by a junior judge like A.N. Rai, superseding all the presidents of the Supreme Court. And at that time, as you know, Jai Prakash Ji had started his Sampurna Kranti movement. He thought a great danger is coming to the humanity. Democracy is in danger. You have to fight for it and come to the street. And when there is supersession of judges, at that time, all the lawyers of the country had also come down to the street. In Odisha High Court, I was elected as the chairman of the Action Committee of the High Court Bar Association. I led the lawyers' agitation all over the state with the advocate friends, which has become a part of the safe democracy movement of Jai Prakash Ji. I has also joined that great movement. 150,000 people have been inside the jail. There was a reign of terror. Nobody had any right. And at that time also, there is a case of murder which was being argued in the Supreme Court. Attorney General was arguing the case. And he said, that is a murder, killed. But due to emergency, he has no protection of law. A question was posed by the bench. Perhaps Justice Khanna should provide remember. He said, Attorney General, do you like to say that if a head constable will shoot down a person like a dog in the state, he has no protection under the law? Attorney General said, yes, my lord. Because Article 19, Article 21, and all other articles have been withdrawn. That was the situation when the entire country was fighting for it. There are different points. Human rights have been invaded. But now we have the largest democracy. We have a key role in the political affairs of the world. And similar situation has also arose, in which India has taken a stand that there should be no war. There must be peace in the entire world. As you know about the war between Russia and Ukraine, and the Honorable Prime Minister, the only leader in the war, has the courage to talk with both the parties, with President Putin and President Ukraine. He said there should be no war. It is crossing of the human rights. And there are two blocks, American bloc and Russian bloc. America is a great friend of us. Russia is the oldest friend. And there is pressure that you join our side. Prime Minister Narendra Modi stand firm and said that the era of war is over. The entire world requires peace. And there is no problem in the world which cannot be decided by discussion. We are in a democratic world. And that is why, and he said that by our what will happen? The entire economy of the world will be crippled. There will be bloodbath. People will lose their rights. And for this gain there will be war. But ultimately, the role which has been played by our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has accepted. Now both America and Russia had agreed that India, under the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi, has taken the right stand. So these are the situations. As Rousseau said, that man is born free, but everywhere he is in change. That has become the situation. And it is not only any government, but the entire responsibility is with the society around us. There are conscious persons who love independence, who have humanitarian considerations, and they must come forward, protect the human rights of the persons who are not capable enough to protect themselves. There are human rights forum. This is a forum for protection of human rights, and it must be protected because it is dharma of the human beings. And dharma must be observed, and you can protect the human rights, and the whole society should get united to stand by these poor and neglected persons whose human rights have been trampled. And the society, the country, the people who are conscious enough of these human rights, I believe, must protect it, and we will have a better society, a better country. And India is now in a key position in the world for fighting for these human rights. Thank you all. Jai Jagannath.